Hi, welcome to Week 3's Storytelling with Photographs by Anna Darling. By now, I hope you have read chapter 4 and 5 of the book. Today, I'm going to introduce to you some great photo essays just to help you get thinking about the topic of your assignment. Then we're going to take a look at different types of shots that are commonly used in photographs and film. Rethinking aging photography. Editor Dorothy Ho said, "We often think we have seen it all, jaded by repetitive news reports. Our perspective of the world tends to be narrow and fearful. We live by stereotypes and cliches because it is easy to understand the world through a simple lens." The photo essay aims to change all that. The images you see here may surprise you, touch you, and I hope engage you to think about the world in a new way. I have focused on stories from and about Asia, and I want those photo essays to show you an unexpected Asia. Some stories may be new, a few others may not be. Whatever the case, those images will bring you new perspective. Those are the personal story of photographers who live and work in Asia. Please check out her website at www.thephotoessay.com. Peter Miller. Peter Miller is an American photographer and multimedia reporter based in Nairobi, Kenya. His work focuses largely on conflict, masculinity, and national identity in the post-colonial states. He has won many awards and is a member of Photographic Collective. His work is amazing, so I really think you should check it out at www.petermillerphotography.com. Magnum Photos. Magnum Photos is a website that constantly updates an array of their photo essays, archive stories, new books, and projects. So I'm sure you will find this site is very useful for your topic too. The famous Spanish writer Miguel de Cervantes once said, "The journey is better than the inn." While a lot of the world's roads are boring strips of pavement that are mainly connecting point A to point B, there are still a few roads in the world that provide a spectacular enough journey that no final destination could possibly be better than them. Please check out 20 of the world's most spectacular roads. Those photographs are amazing. Now we're going to discuss a different type of shots that you're going to use for your photo essay. The first, what is an establishing shot? An establishing shot introduces a new location, a church, a city street, a rooftop, a hospital room, from a vantage point that allows the audience to see all the relevant characters in the filmic space. In most films, an establishing shot will last a few seconds before the editor cuts to medium shots and close-ups. A master shot would probably be recorded from the same position with the same lens, also show all the characters. Long shots. The photograph on the left is an extremely wide shot. The view is so far from the subject that she or he isn't even visible. The point of this shot to show the subject's surroundings. The extremely wide shot is also called EWS. It's often used as an establishing shot. The first shot of a new scene designed to show the audience where the action is taking place. It is also useful in a scene where the action is very spread out. For example, in a war movie, an extremely wide shot can show the scale of the action. The middle image is a very wide shot. It's much closer to the subject than an extremely wide shot, but still much further away than a wide shot. The subject is visible here, but only just. The emphasis is very much on placing him in his environment. This often works as establishing shot, in which the audience is shown the whole setting to the whole setting, so they can orient themselves. The photograph on the right, is the wide shot. The subject takes up the full frame. In this case, the boy feet are almost at the bottom of the frame, and his head is almost at the top. Obviously, the subject doesn't take up the whole width and length of the frame. So since this is as close as we can get without losing any part of him. Medium shot. The medium shot is the most common shot used in the films. Every shot that isn't a long shot or close-up is a medium shot. So medium shot can be shot with any lens. But generally, a medium lens is the lens that has the least amount of distortion, which is the same as to say that it photographs people and scenery in the way you normally see them in true perspective. Close-up shot. You would normally need a specific reason to get this close. It is too close to show general reactions or emotion expected very dynamic scenes, like a cutaway, but specifically refers to showing some part of the subject in detail. Can be used purely as an exit point or emphasize emotion, etc. For example, hand movement can show enthusiasm, agitation, or nervousness, etc. A cutaway is a shot that usually of something often than current location, current action. It could be different subject or just about anything else. Now there are some other shot types. So on the left, two shots are good for establishing a relationship between subjects. If you see two sports present standing side by side, facing the camera, you get the idea that those people are going to be the show co-hosts, as they have equal permanence in the frame. The implication is that they will provide equal input. Of course, this doesn't always apply. A two shot could also involve movement of action. This is a good way to follow the interaction between the two persons without getting distracted by their surroundings. The middle image is a shot. The middle image is a frame from behind a person who is looking at the subject. The person facing the subject should usually occupy about a third of the frame. This shot helps to establish the position of each person and get the feel of looking at a person from the other point of view. It is common to cut between those shots during conversations, alternating the view between the different speakers. And the one on the right, commonly used in interviews, This is a shot of person listening and reacting. Sequential shots. Although most digital cameras those days have a sequential or continuous shot mode, just be mindful of the speed setting. This kind of shot takes a fast recovery. If the flash were used, it won't be able to cycle to the next shot fast enough. You will also want to set the resolution at a comfortable size for the intended use, but not large. Remember, the higher the resolution, the larger of the file size is, and the longer it takes to the camera to capture the shot. Read it and recover for the next shot. For example, this photograph, this photograph, in actual fact, the photographer took those shots over a long period, just under a minute, but it illustrates the effectiveness of shooting lots of shots quickly as it produces a beautiful series of shots that would look wonderful framed together like this or even in a photo album on the same page. Continuous shooting mode isn't just something has DSLR may have. Most point shoot cameras have it has option also. It is a particularly useful mode for taking shots of any situation where there is movement. Obviously, photographing children is one such situation, but there are many other, including the photography of sport animals and even the portrait photography. When you shoot a portrait that tells a story about your subject, the idea is to include things that tell us something about the person, and the background becomes their backstory. So we need to show details and objects that help to explain who they are and what they do. Of course, it helps if you have got interesting subjects and the environment to shoot. And this is a glass making workshop to photograph. Most of the work of shaping and blowing the glass was done on the bench. So this is a setup the photographer close for his portrait, with the growing furnace in the background. When going into an unknown environment like this, begin by shooting a few candidates. Glass blowing is a subject we knew very little about it, so rather than trying to pose the glass blower, well, it makes sense to start out by observing him for a while, looking at interesting angles and the details as he works. Next, panoramic shot. The panoramic shot is different. It's different between from the wider angle. There's a fine line between what separates the photograph taken with wider angle lens and a panoramic photograph. We're not going to get into too much details. So for the sake of simplicity, we will say that panoramic photo is one that has a wider field of view than a human eye, at least twice as long as it is tall, and was created by using software to stitch together multiple images. This is Barry Freelando's panorama shot. So we did talk about his work in the previous week. And if you see those yellow tags with numbers on, that means that's how many photographs he actually stitched together in the post-production process. this is the SEAM method to create panoramic image.